Hello, everybody. Hi, Clark. Hi, Spicy. Hi, Lockheed. How you doing? Moon, Conan, Grid, Cracked, Armageddon. Nog, would you say the 260 is good value for the money? I don't think any Keycults are necessarily good value, but I think you'll enjoy building it. It's a beautiful keyboard, the 260. I think it is a nicer way to display the number 2 design layout-wise. Also, hi Yaya, how you doing? Hello OQ, Lander, Annette, Viri, how you doing? Lane, Cadwood. Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day outside, by the way. Just built my Fukro, still not satisfied with the sound. Time to go back to sleep. The Fukro's top mount, right? Are you building with a plastic plate or an aluminum? A posture check. Oh shit. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Posture is looking awful today. Hi everybody. Hello. Oh, hello. Yeah, today I have no idea what today's board's gonna sound like. I haven't used Holy Pandas in years. So they do have a number 3 Keycult, yes. The number 3 Keycult was, I think, only done in a TKL, if memory serves. So, I think that's it. It's been a while since I hear the Holy Pandas, right? When I saw Holy Pandas for today on the build sheet, I'm just like, damn, today's going to be a fun one. Because I haven't used them since... I mean, they're still one of, like, my favorite tactile switches. I just haven't bought them in a while. I'm going to buy a Neo 65 with some Akko Rosewoods. Oh, nice choice. I don't know about keycaps. Oh, sorry, are you asking for the keycap thoughts or just in general the thoughts, Scat? Completely missed that. Holy Pandas, Blast from the Past? Yup. That's what I'm saying, dude. Today's a Blast from the Past build. We have some beautiful Holy Pandas. Also, hi Stella, how you doing? I actually have no idea what version of these are, but I did notice that some of them are 5-pin and some of them are not 5-pin, so it could be a mix. I have no clue, but for whatever reason they're mixed. So I'm guessing, I don't know, they don't sound any different though, which was good. But the only thing that I thought was odd was they feel pretty much identical except for the spring color. One had a shinier spring, one didn't. That was my only point of concern here. But they feel pretty much identical. I was doing some pretty thorough testing just because I'm like, ah, man. I kind of want to leave these in their stock configuration minus the lubing. But yeah, I was a little bit weirded out by that. I'm currently lubing some old SP Star Meteor Whites I found hidden in a box. Dude, SP Stars are great switches. Absolutely fantastic. I remember using my second build of Sugar 65, but I sold it. Oh, the Holy Pandas? Yeah, for me, Holy Pandas, SP Stars, from Crummy said, those are some of the OG switches that I loved. I don't think SP Stars were ever super duper popular, but I love SP Stars. The shiny of the spring is 99% of the sound. Yeah, maybe. Also, hi, definitely not Sam. How you doing? Also, Jimbo, what's up, dude? Hi, Ardang, what's up, man?
Hey, Alex and chat. Sorry I've been away for a while. Super busy with the move. Also, when did furniture get so friggin' expensive? Lol.
Ardang, I was looking today because I want to basically get rid of, long story short, some of my IKEA furniture, which I'm sure you guys have known because I've told you guys, is literally falling apart. One piece in particular, I have these like Ekit cabinets. They're cheap. I bought them a while ago. I have some pull-out drawers for the Ekits. They're falling apart to the point where I put a little bit of weight. I'm talking like a singular keyboard on the top of one for like a week one time, and the whole thing bowed like this, and you can't pull out the drawer. So I get you on that, Ardang. And I was looking at some actual quality furniture. Like today, this was my thing this morning while I was lubing these switches and just getting these modded. Oh my god, dude. Like, I know last time I went furniture shopping, sort of, it was expensive, and I ended up not buying anything. I ended up buying one non-IKEA piece, which is just a little side table, which was, or not like a table, like a side, I guess a side table. It was like $150. It was made of aluminum. But yeah, I want to actually pick up like a good little like mini media console so I can actually put my record player on and like use it as like a little prop for the studio and just make the studio feel a little bit more like homey. The one I ended up pulling up that I'm like, I like the look of this. And I wasn't shopping by price. I was just shopping via a catalog on Pinterest. I pulled it up. I'm like, this would look great for my space. $2,500 for a 55-inch cabinet made of wood. And I'm like, not even cabinet, sorry, media console. And I'm like, god damn, that's crazy. I don't know what you guys were looking at, Ardang, but geez, dude, it's kind of wild. Just bought the Lucky 65 V3 in Acco Creamy Blues. Ooh, nice. I don't know too much about the V3. I know they had to do some mods to the V2, but I don't know. I don't know what they've even changed in the new Lucky stuff. I just got back from a China trip. I went to a furniture wholesale warehouse in Foshan called the Louvre, whatever it's pronounced. It was amazing, cheap and high quality. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I might pick up something a bit cheaper because I do want to redo my little table situation on the side because it's just a bunch of random things that I have. So I saw another one for like $800, which to me I'm like, fuck, I still don't want to spend this much, but I'm happier with $800 versus like $2,500, you know. If it's real furniture, it'll last longer. I gotta say though, if you guys are ever in a situation where you have the opportunity to invest in something past IKEA, just do it. I didn't do that. I really regret not doing that because not only is the Ekit stuff falling apart, but that Besta stuff that I bought, all the cabinets, no matter how many times I sit there and tune the shelves, they always warp up and down depending on like temperatures and like humidity and stuff. We have some other pieces of furniture that are non-IKEA that aren't that much more expensive. We've never had to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, what lube did you use? 205G0. Yeah, I'm gonna look at some vintage stuff too. It's gonna be, I think, a task looking for this piece, but... And then the other thing, speaking of furniture, I found a place who can potentially cut me a custom pegboard for the background over here. So, I would do it myself, but I just don't want to invest in the tools because I have zero space to put those tools. A lot of stuff off Amazon because of Prime Days, or you got a lot of stuff there. Got dressers, nightstands, TV console off IKEA. Also picked up an LG 65. Dude, okay, Ardang, the OLED prices right now for like 65 inches are crazy, right?
Great job on the schema. You and
Thank
Bowl
you,
smashed
Cass.
it.
Oh,
Less than
thanks, man.
3.
Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Thank you, Cass. Love you, buddy. Have you got any suggestions for keycap sets for a gray gold case? Gray gold. I almost feel like that's a fun color that you want to let like speak on its own. Have you considered maybe looking for black snail, or maybe if you can find a set of, maybe Classicer, or I don't know if it's still available, Classicer though. Classicer would be nice on that. Sloth would be also beautiful for that too. If you're down to pick up stuff on the aftermarket, you also could look for GMK. What's Marcia said again? Not the black one, not Noir. Cream, is it? Cream might be cool. Noir actually might be cool too. Oblonsky as Classicer. Classicer might be a fun one. Just wanted to ask what dimensions are the schema 60 in millimeters? Like, talking about this way? Do I have millimeters in this? I think these are millimeters. The schema 60 in millimeters is... Oh, no, these are not millimeters. They're centimeters, but you can convert. It's 29.5 centimeters wide. And then depth-wise, we're looking at 11.5 centimeters. If that helps. Hopefully it does. All right. Shall we pull up today's board? Yeah, just move the decimal place one over. Okay, I actually thought today was the Novel Keys 265. I think it's the NK PCBs. But we're doing a bit of a throwback 265, although it did get covered in dust, unfortunately. Oh boy, that's kind of dusty. From this box over here. I didn't even know this was an option for the bottom. But holy crap, that looks so cool with this like machined... I don't even know what to call these, just horizontal machined pattern. Very pretty. I think this is all aluminum though. I'm pretty positive. This doesn't feel like brass. But this is one of the ones from Keycult. So it says, you know, made in... I don't know how to pronounce that particular place again, but... So this is one of the OG ones. So pretty cool. And we'll be putting this together today. Is this still for sale? I don't know if they're still doing stuff like OG stuff, but... Is it Raleigh? Raleigh? I don't know how to pronounce it. But we are doing a bunch of other stuff that came in from, I believe, NK. So I think the PCB is the Novelties PCB from Yonkar. Now, they already did install the stabs here, but I will be double checking them. Raleigh. Oh, Raleigh. This is a client build today, yes. It is not a commission, or sorry, it's not a sponsored stream, in case anyone's curious. It is just me looking at a Keycult, and that's it. Finally, a stream that is during the day. Hi, Camille. How you doing, man? All right, I think there was also a plate in here, and then we also have some other accessories. So this one here is from September 2024. Unfinished wave. So that's the variant here. Interesting. Are they still machining stuff out of Keycult? I have no idea, by the way. I haven't really like kept up what they've been doing in a minute. Let me just quickly like blow this out over the garbage can, guys, because there's a lot of like little particles from the what is this called? The styrofoam or whatever this is, the foam. Just give me one moment. All right, good. Does anyone know if the Neo PCBs are interchangeable? What do you mean? Okay, you know what, Crispy? You mean your hair, right? The new ones aren't manufactured by Keycult, right? Well, the ones from Novel Keys are not manufactured at all by Keycult, but I guess this one here might be. But this is from, what, 2 years ago? So I have no clue if they were still machining things back then. But you can literally just pick up this exact same design, like one for one off Novel Keys, so I have no idea. Yeah, I kind of do hope that Novel Keys does some different 265s. I'd be really like pumped up to see just some basic colors of those. I think they'd move. Even if they were PC ones, like PC tops with like different color bottoms, because I think that the two colors they have, like the gold and the burgundy, are kind of like hard to match sometimes, you know? Sounds good, Camille. I'll take a look after this. Holy Pandas, we back? I'm kind of pumped for the Holy Pandas, man. Okay, let me just double check these stabs. I hate to do this because I'm sure the client spent some time on this, but I just want to make sure before we put this together. 65% will always be in demand? Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Hi, Zahid. How you doing, man? I just built a Leaf 65. Oh, part of my website got distorted? There was an update today, so maybe something happened. Is it just one of the buttons that got moved? Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know why I did that for. The icons from the buttons are weird. Okay, I'll just fix that later. I'm also like feeling a little nostalgic around this build today. I am. The holy pandas were a nice touch for today's build. Good evening, Alan. How are you? Also, wait, actually, since Schema is a series, you're doing a 65. I don't know if we'll be doing a 65 for the Schema. If I'm gonna... Oh, Zahid, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1s, man. Love you, buddy. Thanks, dude. To give you guys, like, insight on what I'm thinking, I don't know if I'd want to do a 65%. If I was to talk with Bull about this, I'd probably push Bull. Maybe I wouldn't even need to. For a 65 XT, rather than just a 65. Not that I don't want to do a Schema 65, I feel like it'd be a little bit of a boring release. Okay, the reason I'm just taking these off really quick is I just want to make sure no lube is settled on the bottoms here. Yeah, so some has, and I just want to clean that up a little bit. Need a Schema AT. I mean, there's a lot of fun ideas, and I think the Schema design works well with a lot, you know? Holy Pandas on a 265, what year is it? Hey, don't lie, you guys are excited for this. Just like I'm excited for this right now. Don't even front. What about an FRL TCal? Can I be honest? As much as I think, like, that would be really fun, I don't know why I'm a little fatigued of FRL TCals. I'd rather just do like a regular schmegular FRL TCal, or just a regular schmegular TCal. Oh yeah, the lube is settled for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna clean this up just a smidge here, and then we'll reinstall the stabs. The stabs look fine though, thankfully. This build is the pandemic indicator. Hey, you know what though? Can't even be upset. It's a fun build. Let me just quickly get like a little tissue, and then I'll clean this up. Yeah, I feel like FRL TKLs though are also a layout that gets produced a lot too. You know what I mean? So, okay. Perfect. Fair, there are a few FRLs in production right now. Yeah, that too. Because honestly, I'd wait on a Schema 65. For those interested in a Schema 65, would you also be interested in a Schema 65 XT? The only reason I don't want to do a 65 Schema in the future, and I'm sure Bull might feel the same way, is because we just did the Manta together. And I feel like there's just a lot of 65s. 100%? Okay. I don't know if that'll be the next one we do, by the way. I'm going to be honest with you guys. But if Bull and I decide to do more stuff, which I hope we get to do stuff, maybe in like 2 releases or 3 releases. What does XT stand for? It's essentially a 65% layout like this, with like, on the, I don't know, depending on the side, like a macro column basically. 65 XT over 65 since you have the Manta? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too, right? Okay, let's put these back, and then I'm going to test out the stabs, make sure they all sound pretty good here. Why do people still use solder PCBs? Well, a whole bunch of reasons. So, if you want like a more in-depth like thought piece on it, I have like a really fun article that I wrote. But okay, so to start off, the most basic thing about solder PCBs is you get to solder it in. It's kind of its own little task in a way, and if you're kind of into all that, like, you know, finer control of things, as well as just the art of soldering, I suppose, then it's a fun task to do. Why not? The actual real world benefits, though, is you get to decide more layout options. You get to really fix in your switches to the PCB. And if you're wondering, why does that even make a difference? Well, it makes a difference for two reasons. You can use 3-pin without it having to shift around on the plate a little bit. And for the more common, situations, 5-pin switches will be, they're already secure in the PCB, but they'll be extremely secure in the PCB when you solder them in. So this could lead to less lifting or just chattering of things and making sure everything sits nicely. So, you get that as well. Plus, I don't know, I feel like there is, on the more like maybe emotional side of things, when you're soldering together a PCB, at least to me, I feel like the PCB is like genuinely complete. I love hot swap, don't get me wrong. There are certain boards that I prep hot swap stuff for and only ever use hot swap, but I think hot swap to me has always felt a little bit like I'm not done yet. But everyone's different. It's all preference. I'm actually in the minority for thinking this because the most sold PCBs in the market are hot swap. Some people still make 3-pin stuff. I have commitment issues. I get that. Soldering your switches is more intimate to me. Switching from hot swap to solder is like a switching from pre-built to DIY. Some people get that feeling, but again, some people also love hot swap, and there's nothing wrong with either way. But there are some definite like minute benefits you can get for going one or the other. That's all. The downside of solder is that the fact that you have to desolder your switches, that too. I would say the only thing that hot swap is a little annoying for, which I don't know why people don't believe me on this. Sometimes the sockets, they can, depending on the quality of the socket, wear out rather fast. I've had on a few PCBs where I've inserted just even a handful of switches, and even the angle in which you insert the pins at can maybe damage something. But the way this works is there's essentially two little like fins inside these things that clamp onto the leg, right? I don't know if you guys can really even see. You guys see like inside the, where is it? Where's my finger? Right there. See those? Those can actually spread out fully, and then you get no contact, which is kind of a pain in the ass to fix. So there are some like risks of using a hot swap PCB. Like if that gets damaged, you can accidentally pop a whole socket off, and then it becomes very difficult to repair. So there are some downsides to this. All right, let me just pop in a few switches, and then let me see how this sounds right now. Oh shit, let me fix this plate. It's the one thing about this Keycult plate. This is a brass plate too. God damn, we're really going full in on this build. I love it. It says it's aluminum, never mind. This is aluminum plate. Okay, never mind, we're using aluminum. Start with hot swap to nail down the build? Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Let's pop in this. Which one's the 7U? I would have been so for a brass plate today. I actually think that would have been sick. No, this is a client build we're doing. Ooh, these pop in. Isn't soldering like low-key dangerous? When you say like dangerous, are you talking about health-wise? There are risks inherently to soldering, I guess, health-wise. A lot of people think it's a lot of like lead stuff, which it can be if you're touching it a lot with your bare hands and like really handling the solder. I think to me, that's actually the more detrimental part of soldering versus inhaling the fumes. You don't want to inhale the fumes, period. It's not good for you. But if you're using even just a charcoal filter with a fan that sucks it up, you should be good. A lot of the fumes is actually just the flux, which isn't as dangerous as lead. But it can give you like headaches. It can give you lightheadedness. There are some other health risks you can have with that too. But the amount of which we solder in a keyboard hobby, even if you're soldering like once a week, twice a week, is rather minimal from what I've understood and talked to people about. You would really have to be sitting here for 8 hours a day soldering to really start feeling those health impacts. But then again, everyone's different. Everyone's built different too. All right, let me see this. We have a set of... All right, do we want to just open this now? Okay, no, I'm gonna do this later. We have a set of WOB. I'll open that in a second. Let me just grab a different keycap set to test this space first. Are you just built different? No, I'm not. I wish I was. I saw some videos. You had a set of Sia Andromedas. What happened to them? They're right here. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't use them much anymore. I'm actually considering selling them. They are worn down a crap ton though, like the Anno, but they work beautifully. I have them on wireless adapters right now because I've been using them wireless when I have been using them. Like, they're good. I love them. But what year? I don't remember the year I have. They're not the first iteration ones though. These are good. These tabs. They might be 2020 or 2021. They're not newer than that though. Okay. Pandas, I feel so old. Ah, me too, me too. Every time I try to balance, stabs end up making it worse. Okay, that particular stab needs to be fixed a little. Okay, because balancing stab wires is overrated. Like I've always said, the key to doing stabs is just a light set of lubricant on the stabilizer itself. The wire itself, all you're checking for is to make sure it doesn't have any crazy bends in it. You do not need to stress about the wires. The only time I've ever had a wire issue was when the wire was crooked like this, and it was like really bad, and I didn't check it originally. That is it. Don't freak out about your wires. I think people online have made it almost like this scare tactic where you need to buy like wire checkers and like all these other things. You don't need that shit. What is your favorite setup in the schema? I do think the aluminum plate's still my fave, but I'm enjoying the PP plate with TTC XPTs the most. But I'm using aluminum with cherry right now. Oh my god, dude, these are tough to put in today. Sponsored? No way, dude. All right, we're gonna have to use our switch pusher for this bad boy today. These are gonna be impossible to take out later. What switches are underrated right now? Underrated switches are a dime a dozen. There are so many switches, and not everything gets the attention maybe it's like deserved. But also, it feels like almost impossible to tell you Y switch is better than X switch at this point here. And things are underrated. I think the only true underrated Switch that still comes to mind that I feel like never got the attention it deserved was Gateron cap switches. That is the only one I can legitimately think of. Underrated Switch that wasn't marketed enough? Yeah, then Gateron caps, 110%. I want to try tactiles, but I don't know where to start. HMX Hydras. I think those are really good for tactiles. I have them and they're way deep sounding. Oh, with the cap switches? Yeah, the caps are kind of deep. They're fun. You're using a lot of effort to put the switches in? Yeah. These switches are a little tight in this plate, unfortunately. But there's nothing we can really do. It's the mold of the Switch. I'm not going to destroy my fingers here. Are there any Switch manufacturers outside of China? What? Is Cherry still doing stuff in Germany, or? I don't even know anymore. What are my favorite stabs? I'm going to give you guys the most lame dad answer ever. You ready for this? The best stabs are the ones you have on hand. Those are your best stabs. And if you're curious, I'm going to recommend you cherry stabs. But that's just me covering my opinion, okay? If you want the technical answer for what I think has become the best stabilizer, I still think Knight V4s. Not that I like. I use more cherry stabs than anything else, okay? Because they're cheap and they work lovely. Knight stabs are a bit more expensive. However, they don't need much lubing, and they're easy to assemble. In second place, I'd give you Type Plus stabs. They're a little bit more awkward to assemble if you kind of don't do it right. They are, I think, technically the stabilizer that needs the least amount of lubricant. Oh boy. Which one's out of stock? Knight stabs? Are they still out of stock? Drew, don't kill me, dude. Always out of stock, Knights. Damn. I didn't know that. I picked up like 2 or 3 for a client like not too long ago. I hate assembling Type Plus stabs, but they're by far my favorite and easy to make sound good. Yeah, they're, like you said, the easiest, Yuri. They are so good. They're one of my, like, if I had to pick between Knight and Type Plus, I'd pick Type Plus, but I know more people would enjoy Knight stabs. Knights are on like every website though. Yeah, I feel like every vendor has them, so you don't really need to go searching for them. You just gotta, I guess, wait for stock. How's the NV70 so good? I think it was just an overall pretty decent little board. It was a nice little gem of a board for sure. I'm using my Lucky V1 with stock tangerines right now, and I never thought I'd find a flexy foamy board I love, but this is hitting the spot at the moment. Well, hell yeah, Liam. Sometimes you gotta find that like specific combo of parts, and you're like, damn, this opens my world. It does open it. I hope that board isn't hot swap. Which board? This board? This is hot swap. What switches are these? These are holy pandas. A switch with a lot of lore. One of the few switches with a lot of lore. You know? Oh man. I have a funny story I could tell you guys about holy pandas. Do you guys remember this company? A little company called Drop. Mass Drop at the time? You guys might have known them as Drop. So at one point, and there's more stories to holy pandas before this story. They're a popular switch. Drop had run, I guess, their version, or a version of the Holy Panda Switch. It was supposed to be an all palm version of the Holy Panda. And at the time, this is like, I don't know. This is at the time too when like I was really into experimenting with different materials of switches. It wasn't as common. So I was like, dude, palm has been a really fun material. I'm so pumped to see palm on the Holy Pandas. I ended up ordering a whole bunch of them. Like it was something that I kind of wanted to stock up on because I wasn't too sure if they'd ever run palm Holy Pandas again. Because it's mass drop and you never know. They advertise them as palm. So key thing here, guys. They advertise them as palm. And people bought them with the intentions of the spec sheet saying palm. A while goes by. And we get an email. Well, not we, but like everyone who bought it got an email basically. And was like, they're like, hey, bro who bought the palm Holy Pandas. Do you remember when we told you they were palm? And that's what you bought? Well, we tricked you. They actually weren't palm. In fact, they were regular schmegular Holy Pandas. Gotcha. I never refunded something so fast in my entire life, dude. Glorious has Holy Pandas? I don't know what Glorious has anymore. I stopped shopping from them a long time ago. I don't even remember the reason why they got rid of the palm. Like,
so
I don't even
hyped for
remember the reason.
schema, but I'm struggling so hard right now trying to pick the perfect color combo. There are just too many good choices. Keep up the great streams.
Thank you,
Alex.
Pan. Appreciate you, man. Okay, the honest truth here, if you're going for a schema and you want my personal color choice, I'm gonna obviously order a few for myself too. But I think the color choice in which I will buy, that I will keep on my desk for a while, is gonna be aged with a pumice weight. Or aged with the red brass weight there. Like the patinaed brass one. I was really thinking about it on the weekend. I think aged and the pumice is going to look so nice together. Plus, you save a few bucks because the pumice is aluminum and you don't have to buy the expensive weight. But if you want some heaviness, just get the red. That's the combo I got. Yeah, I think that's like the most hype combo. I think the all black version, by the way, is going to look really nice too. Like the black anno with maybe just like a copper fin. That's also going to look cool, but machinist and frosted top. See, the nice thing though, Chewy, and this is not me telling you to buy more, but like the nice thing about the frosted top is if you decide on like any bottom, the frosted top works. So if you end up saying like, fuck, I want to pick myself an extra part, it works. The aged fin on the all black would look nice too, wobbly. I'll give you guys more like breakdowns of what people have ordered once Bull's back from China. We can go over it. Maybe we can have Bull on a stream. I'm putting machinist copper fin on the LE. Oh, did you order a separate fin too, Flip? Sometime next year, I'll send it your way to build. Oh shit, I still haven't sent you the Vela pictures after I got it back and put the keycaps on it. You're all good, dude. Oh, how'd the Vela turn out? Did you like it? Rip Drop, they had great GMK sets. I think, this is side tangent. I think Drop had always felt like a shadow of what it once was. It was so much better as Vast Drop, and it was so much more diverse in what they had, and I feel like them offering better discounts depending on how many people ordered it felt cooler and more involved. I mean, that's kind of what like Novel Keys and some other brands, like even Bull has been kind of doing that too, where it's like you get benefits now to pre-ordering things on certain aspects. Like I saw they did an MOQ counter for a few GMK sets recently. I like that feeling. It feels a little bit more involved. It feels like I understand the discounts that I get. But yeah, Mass Drop really, when they turned to drop, I feel like they just fell off. They had one or two decent products. That's it. Like what? Their headphones? One pair, maybe 2 pairs of headphones? But like I wasn't even bothering. I didn't even check to see what drop had. I gave up after a while. I'll tell you what though, when it was mass drop and they had like really random finds, I freaking loved it. I was always scouring mass drop to see what they had. Never did that with drop though. And then they downsized most of their stuff to what, like, was it EDC? Oh no, it was just audio, really, really niche random junk, and keyboards. That's pretty much what they downsized to. What's your absolute favorite long pull linear you'd find yourself always reaching for? Oh, Obscuras. I'll be that guy and give you the Obscura Reco. Oh, I don't like the way this socket is sitting here. Let's fix this. The socket isn't sitting 100% nice on the PCB. Let's actually solder it down. Exactly why we support it before we push it in. Because that would have been a full-on pop socket if we didn't do that. Let's solder it down, baby. Do you remod the Obscuras? They're a bit expensive, I was seeing. I mean, I relube them. I don't necessarily put films because I don't remember if you can put films in Obscuras. Do you guys remember? I don't think you can. Okay, that's better now. Does anyone know of any top mount boards coming out in the near future? Oh, there's so many. Didn't I just review one the other day? I'm pretty sure I did. Beautiful. No, it's not going anywhere. Tossed you an email of the Villa with final keycaps on it. Ah, it's okay. I'll check after this, though. Hell yeah, dude. How they handled drop in some other companies really soured my view on Corsair. I mean, dude, I hate to be this guy, but I'm actually the same way. Like, when it comes to Corsair, I haven't picked up a Corsair product in God knows how long. And I used to be really into computer modding and building to a certain degree. Like, I wasn't like upper echelon doing, full custom loops modding, but I was into it. And I was building a lot of computers for friends and recommending them parts. There was I don't remember what the catalyst for me was, but there was a point in time where I just stopped getting things from Corsair. I saw Corsair even really, they recently did like a custom keyboard thing. I don't know if you guys saw that keyboard they decided to make as well. My God, that thing was expensive. With the screen, yeah, it was like modular, they were saying, but like, modular is a weird word to use for custom keyboards because they're all kind of modular, they're freaking custom. But I get what they were going for, but it's weird though. Zale, I prefer Razer. If I have to pick some gaming stuff up, Razer is like my go-to. Gotta get the plate fork on this one. Plate fork is the best tool. Logitech I have my issues with. I just don't like Logitech's... Maybe this is like the wrong word to use, but every Logitech product I've had up to this particular mouse has always felt cheap. And I'm talking within the last like 5 to 10 years. Not outside of that time period. Plus, Logitech software is also kind of frustrating. It had like a Stream Deck built in or something like that. I don't know, but it was a weird product, and it was expensive. Old Logitech was ungodly good. I agree with that. Old Logitech was great. Are they still selling Holy Pandas somewhere? I actually don't know. These are tough to put in. My goodness. Razer's software is pretty bad too. Yeah, it is still pretty bad. I think the worst offender of all the major brands has been Asus. They're legitimately the most god-awful software. And then I think in second place, Corsair is the next one that I think is awful. Dude, Armory Crate is nasty, dude. It is malicious. It's offensive. When they had, like, I had gotten a Asus keyboard sent to me, and I legitimately, hi Shiba, how you doing? No, this is a new one. Oh, because you're saying because the switch choices. I get you. Asus, I was gonna do a review because they're like, if you want to do it, you know, like here's the product. I legitimately like, I got annoyed at the Armory Crate at the time, and I couldn't even really give the thing a good review because Armory Crate was being such a pain in the ass to install. And then I also didn't want to install it after all that headache because I was like, I don't want to fuck up my computer just to review a piece of software. So I ended up using, I still technically reviewed it, just didn't give it a standalone review, but it was like as comparisons, like this is trash, don't get the Asus products because Armory Crate alone. And I think it was like during when I was doing Ducky stuff and some other products. But yeah, it was pretty bad. All right, everything is popped in. We are looking hella good. No gaps in between anything. Oh, little gap here. Let's fix that. Plus, Armory Crate has so many like random products attached to it. And I feel like this is the downfall of a lot of these companies too, right? Maybe not anymore. Maybe things have switched up to like other programs, but there's so many products that they carry that these pieces of software just feel like bloated to basically like handle all of their products. All right, better. We're looking good. We're looking good. Everything's pushed in nicely. Fantastic. Make sure everything works here in case I need to unbend a pin. This is a pain in the ass to open, so we're going to test it now. What is the keyboard mat? It's just a cork desk pad from Novel Keys. I wish more companies made lighter MMO mice. When you mean that, do you mean like those mice that have like tons of extra keys? Like macro keys or just hotkeys you can kind of bind things to on the side? Wait, why is it so difficult to push in this? This JST has a small smidge of a crack in it too. Gotta be very careful. Very small crack on the side. Gotta be very, very careful with that. Let's put this in here. Did you see those cute trays that look like a gar? They're making trays that look like the keyboard? That's cute. No, I did not see that. I did not at all. Alright, plug this in. Make sure it all works. Without side buttons? Wait, why do you want no side buttons out of curiosity? Like, not even these? Like the back and forward buttons? What's up, chat? Excited for the Holy Pandas with a throwback? Hi, 1-4. How you doing, man? Let's see. You and Bull should use them? What? What should we use? Keycult 65. Let's make sure this is all. We're looking good. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys probably don't care to hear this. Oh, there's a bent pin. There's two bent pins. God damn it. That's going to be a pain in the ass getting those two out. I'm not looking forward to this right now. All right, we're looking good except for the Y key and the O key. So that's this key Is this why? This is why here. You jinxed it by dissing. Actually, that wasn't too bad. This one here came out very easily. And this one, never mind. I think probably the plastic bits that need to be like snapped off, just snapped off on the side. Not as bad. Not as bad as I thought. That was super easy. They were just really tough to put in because I think what was happening is these little plastic pegs on the side were just too large and they had to snap off. It's because you forgot to solder them. Oh, yeah. Might be. All right, that's actuating. Oh, that's an interesting question. Flip asked if I'm more of a camera strap person or a wrist strap person. Yo, can I give you a third answer? I mean, it's camera strap, but I am more of a sling strap. I don't even know if that's the correct term. Body strap? Here, let me show you guys. Do I have a camera here I can show you? This is what I actually like doing with my cameras now when I go out. I do this, and I keep it to the side.
Just unboxed my Americano Manta.
Right.
My
That
good
way
is
there.
that color pretty. Also
Dude, Sloth,
W
you like it?
unboxing experience.
You like the box too? We're doing basically the same thing for schema. So this, I can also do this when I need to hide the camera when I'm going places. And then I can just do this. And because I also wear a satchel, okay? If I really want to hide things, I kind of just wrap this around the satchel and then put the satchel on top of the camera. I don't like people are like, oh, you're gonna damage it. It doesn't matter. The point is I'm hiding it. So like when I go out and I need to hide this thing, it gets hidden. Also, when you're wearing a jacket, this is awesome for fall. I don't have a jacket on me, so I was supposed to show you guys. You can put the jacket on top of this and then put the coat like over top, and that way there no one can see your camera. And when you need it, it gives you still plenty of room to, bring it to your face, take photos, look at the screen. Like you have plenty of space here. So that's like the length that I like. I do have a longer one now. I don't know if I'm going to keep the longer one. It's not smuggling, no, it's to hide things. But yeah, with any camera, no matter the value of the camera, I don't like showing off that I have a camera in public anymore. There are too many crazy people who like to steal things. So I would rather not get like mugged and hit and hurt for someone to steal my shit. Even if you're using a longer lens, by the way, you can still do that. I don't think I'm putting these things on. I hate using these things. They never sit nicely. The gaskets are already in there, I guess. Put this to the side. Yeah. Like I said, there's no reason. Like even my Fuji camera, I have a shorter. Here, I'll show you guys the other one too. So I bought this one here because I was going through like a phase where I was experimenting with like camera straps, and I bought this one here thinking a neck strap where it's like more traditional and sits like this would be something I like. I hate this strap. I actually wrap this around my wrist now because this doesn't sit nicely like the crossbody one. This sits like right under your armpit and you can't really efficiently use it like this. So this is too small. It needs to be a few inches longer. But this, what I realistically do is I just like when I go out now, I just kind of wrap it around my wrist and just hold on to it. So this is kind of like what I do now. It sits like that. You put it in your pocket when you're done. Put it in there. So, I got that other one off Amazon. It's a rope strap. I will give you guys, if you guys are interested, can you guys like ping me in Discord and I'll scour through my Amazon and I will tell you guys the exact brand and length. Is the guy who made the hoodie still active? I have no clue, to be honest. This was made for me by someone on the stream. I don't recall if they still make things, and I honestly, like, I hate to say it, like, I don't know if they've changed their username since. But I will also scour through my DMs to find that for you guys too if you're interested. Thank you guys for the kind words. Anyways, let's go back to the build here. So we're done this, we're done modding that. Take that out. I mean, I haven't used my Amazon account in like a minute, so I don't even know. Is there a new chatbot? There's nothing I need off Amazon. Like, I've been finding Amazon prices to be more expensive than some of the local stores now, which is kind of a shame. So I've just been going to local stores now, man. And Amazon has this like weird inconsistent return rule now, where like I did buy something last year, and they wanted money back to return it for the postage. And I always thought that was not a thing, but it depends on the product, so I'm told. So I lost like 20 bucks on something, so I had to pay for like a shipping label. And it was sold and shipped by Amazon too, so. Yeah, right? It's weird. Come back here. Actually, I think I need these. These are easy to use. You gotta experiment with the reason option. It's so dumb. Take this apart. If you guys are ever doing boards where the screw gets really close to the edge like this, if you guys are not confident with like your screwdriver game, you can just wrap tape around your screwdriver so it doesn't scratch up your keyboard. Keycults are notorious for being like in very odd spots where you can potentially scratch something. Actually, these parts all got a lot of that foam crap in there. Let me clean this off too. One second. The Keycult foam deteriorated, it seems. Okay. What budget option to... Wait, what's a budget option to GMK? Swag Key stuff is really good. Keykobo is really good. Yeah, you could shop used. Lots of good options, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna actually keep these two screws for another project out. Put these in here. I think this is just an aluminum bottom. This is not very heavy at all. I'm pretty sure this is just alu. But it has a really cool finish on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see this. I really like the finish of this. It's cool. All right. Next up, we gotta take this piece off. Actually, yeah, we do have to take this piece off. It's reminding me more of cardboard. Oh, like the corrugated cardboard stuff. Can you do all that but speak in fluent Taiwanese? Wait, what? I can barely speak fluent English. Don't you hear me umming and awing a lot? I try my best, though. I'm thinking beige keycap from Swag Keys. Swag Keys makes good stuff, man. I've been really enjoying the new Swag Keys keycaps. I think Swag Keys is the way to go if you're interested in some of that stuff. Alex approves Swag Keys himself. Yeah, the Swag Key stuff's fantastic. You save a whole bunch of money too. You and ah in a smart way though, it's hardly noticeable. Thank you, thank you. I think live streaming is hard though for not umming and ahhing, because you do have to think about some answers sometimes that maybe normally you would be able to brush past really quick. Oh, this one. Is Swag Keys manufactured by Keyrative? I don't know what the Swag Keys keycaps are manufactured by. I don't know if there's like another brand. I just know they're just called Swag Keys keycaps. I can do some, I don't know, some investigating if you guys are curious about that, but I don't know the answer. Whose stomach is growling. Okay, daughterboard installation time. Let me put this to the side. So, gotta get this guy, and I think the best way to approach this, like I normally do with Keycults, is doing the cable afterwards. And then I need those two little screws that were off to the side there. And my bit. So let me move some stuff out of the way. I picked up GMK sets from Novel Keys in their sale right now. They also had Keycult TKL to match the GMK Kaiju. Yeah, I mean, little shout out for the company I work for. If you guys are curious, Novel Keys is doing a pretty decent little sale right now. I think I've read that in Delta Keys Discord. For which, sorry? Just ask Bull. He knows all that stuff. What are we asking, Mr. Bull? Oh, for Swag Keys? Swag Keys is Keyrative? Okay. You know, I have to hand it to Keyrative. There was at one point where I really could not recommend Keyrative stuff. I hated it, personally. It wasn't my thing. Over the last like 2 years, 3 years, they have really turned their brand around. If you remember some old Keyrative stuff, there might be some people in here who may agree with me, but my goodness, have they really done some like impressive restructuring of things. So good on them. They've really made a name for themselves, or carved a spot out for themselves in the hobby. Prototypes is also doing a sale. Oh, are they? What are they doing? Like summer sale stuff? Let's do this. Put this in this way. Is this the short cable or the long cable? That's the real question now. Oh, we gotta actually put those screws in first. I think Jay is moving warehouses. Oh, is he? Not gonna lie, I'm pretty bummed they botched cat keycaps so badly. Kabu. All my cat sets are unusable. Every last one of them. I do have one cat set which I still have unopened, which apparently is fine. But I don't even want to open it. I bought Cat Mizu, right? And apparently that one there's fine. Cat was such a fun keycap set profile. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my cat, my Mizu cat set. I'm too afraid to open it. Damn. Getting these in nicely. Sometimes this is a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm joking. Oh, you're all good then, man. You're all good. 40% off is a good amount for stock for a summer sale. Would recommend Prototypist to anyone who can. Yeah, as long as you're not getting like tariffed and taxed into oblivion. I don't know if they're still doing cat stuff, to be completely honest with you. I have no clue. Oop, let's put this guy on now. Let's flip this over, and then we can plug in and screw in the case. That's the only annoying part about the 265. Double shot cat is a lot better. What's the story with cat profile? I don't think there's like any story in particular that's maybe super duper interesting. Every cat set that I had like warped keys. And honestly, a lot of them, like some of the die sub cat stuff was not very good. Like, I think I received a replacement cat spacebar, for example, 3 times. And Canon Keys was amazing at the time because I think I bought it through Canon Keys 3 times, and not one of those space bars is not warped to oblivion. So I have one particular cat set, which I believe was one of Minterly's, that I still cannot use because I don't have a spacebar for it, and I don't know what to do with it. I've tried to fix the spacebar myself, but it was like not super great of a fix. Yeah, bit of a bummer, I would personally say. Why is my stomach growling? Curative also seems to have a sale going on. Everyone's doing summer sales. Oh yeah, everyone's getting to the spirit. I love it. I love it. I'm the same way with GK after 2 sets that have no warp spacebars. Oh, is this not? Oh man, this is gonna be. This is the not. Oh my god. Is this the really short cable? I don't even know if I have any longer cables for this, man. Yeah, this is the really short cable. Okay, I can get this to work. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. I need to really finesse it. Oh, I got it. Oh my god, I actually did it really quickly too. Does it turn on? Does it turn on okay? Oh, thank fucking god, dude. Alright. Now the gambling part of the Keycult is, did all the screws... Oh yeah, okay. Dude, I'm actually doing this pretty solid today. How is the Schema 60 versus the derivative? Jack, no, I would love to answer this question for you, but I feel like it's coming from a place of extreme bias. So, unfortunately, I will tell you that I cannot answer that respectfully. You want some more Event Horizon drama? Oh man. I don't though. That's the thing. I don't want any more. I'm good. Oh my god, dude. We want to hear the biased answer? Well, obviously I think the schema is pretty. Okay. Let me give you an answer if I had not made the schema. I think the derivative, honestly, is the prettier keyboard. But also it's more expensive. There's a lot more curves and just like definition that went into the derivative. It's harder to say that, like, yeah, if you gave me both options, I'd pick like the schema. Now, the schema to me, because I have a derivative. All right. I actually have 2. My derivatives, I can't get to that poppy sound that I really, really like I have in the schema, for example. So I would give like the schema my point on sound profile. However, there are definitely more options you can do with the derivative. But again, I think JJW is a super talented person when it comes to like designing things. But yeah, it just makes more sense to me if I'm going to tell you guys, yeah, there is more machining and just like the dollar amount for the derivative makes more sense because you're paying for a more complex design, right? I don't think that is there extras for a derivative? I don't even think there is. Holy Pandas in the big 2026? Yes, sir. Crazy, right? Okay. Hopefully we got alignment done pretty well. If not, I can just unscrew the case and just shift things around. I don't like using those Keycult alignment pegs. I feel like they add a weird stiffness to the plate. So I tend to avoid those. And they make it sound weird, and also it makes everything very difficult to install, so I will just align by hand if needed. Alright. I'm not all that familiar with the derivative, except for that one weird guy who tries to make a schema derivative comparison. Oh, I don't even... That wasn't the derivative, though. That was something else. I think they're very different keyboards, though. Would you consider making a keyboard with a low front height similar to the Cinque? How low are we talking about, though? Because there are some downsides about going that low with keyboards too. Like, it does make certain design decisions impossible. Like, for example, on most, not all of them, but most keyboards with extremely low front height, you'll find a higher typing angle. Or you'll have to sacrifice forms of mounting. Right? So there are some negatives. The Cinque was done really well, though. But yeah, like, I don't know if we can go with like a full-on, you know, thicker pour-on gasket mount. Just don't put it front. True. So yeah, it's tough. Like, I don't think it's like ever like a one-for-one type thing here. Actually, let me just put this back over here. Fuck it. All right. You guys want to gamble? Big Simon gave you a Simon approved buy? Oh, he gave us a Simon approved buy for the schema? Wow, my very first one. That's big. Where's this set from? I think this came from Novel Keys. I'm pretty positive. But it was repacked by the customer. So I guess we'll see. This is GMK Wob. I don't think he gave the Manta an approved buy, no. I think he gave the Manta, or like, I don't know if what he gave the Manta. Maybe he gave it like a newspaper or something. I don't know his ranking scheme again. All right, let's do a prediction. You should get on his podcast. I think it'd be fun. I did. I was on Keyboard Friends already. How long ago? Like a month ago? It was exactly what you expected, though. All right, let's start the prediction. Is this keycap set gonna be messed up? Here we go. Go for it, guys. What keycaps are on the schema, or what switches? This is MX2A blacks. Oh, no, sorry. Yes, MX2As. Wait, no, these are X... What are these again? No, these are TTC XPTs. It's awkward typing like this. What do you mean messed up? Oh, in case you guys are new here, this is a game we play because GMK boxes are very random for how they get shipped. So if we open this up and keycaps are basically everywhere, this is considered messed up. There is a very small chance that these will be in good, pristine order. There are some exceptions, like slight overlap, as well as shifting of keys in a row where there's not a lot of keys is fine. Complete overlap is not okay, as well as completely flipped over keys. I will also definitively say that if a key is rotated 180 degrees, we will consider that messed up. Unless the row has a lot of space to move, then there's nothing we can do. But if it's like the A key on a row where it's full, then yeah, that's messed up. So, no, I'm going to be coordinating that soon. The EC schema. Pinky swear. Are they ever going to replace them? GMK trays? No, because in Germany, there are certain packaging... I don't know if it's requirements or rules or like bonuses you get, and part of the bonus they get is like they have to use these like potato trays basically. And I mean, it's good for the environment. It's not super great for the end user who has to deal with this, and honestly they don't last a long time, especially if you have a lot of them. At least I find they don't last a long time, and I use my stuff very often, so yeah, they make tons of replacement trays for sure. Oh yeah, and they're edible, so if we're ever in like a crisis where we need some food, we can just open up our keycap trays and eat the trays. I don't know about nutritional value though, can't guarantee that. They didn't put that on the label. Alright, let's open this thing up. Let's see. Let me just get my knife. Okay, I need to replace the blade. This is so dull right now. My blade snapped the other day too. But yeah, it's been dulled. I have so many blades, so I should just swap it. Can you shake it a bit? Mm-mm. This is WOB, right? Yeah, this is just WOB. White on black. New late night snack. Don't kill me. All right, here we go. Here we go. One sec. Let me just move this to the side. And I'll put this back for a moment, too. Gosh, I hate when it does this. Okay. Wait, what? Is this the small set? So nice. Oh, okay, wait. This is a 70% kit. This is a 70% kit. I was actually so confused. It's a 70% kit. Hold on. Vince, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. You didn't just close that? I didn't know. Rigged? Okay, dude. When is the F keys ever messed up anyways? Hold on. No, it's messed up. It's messed up. Unfortunately, the usual culprits are all over the place. Unfortunately. Where's the J? That's also hidden underneath the H here, so yeah, it got a pretty bad overlap. It's messed up technically. This is a very technical mess up. Not a bad one. Actually one of the more decent sets I've seen. Especially one that's been repacked by the owner. Dude, for a second there, I'm like, no way the F keys are all over the place. No way they are. But you know what I don't... Okay, you know what I don't understand from GMK's perspective? If they had just made the box a smidge longer, right? And then they... You know how they have these breaks for the F keys? If they just do that throughout the whole box and give it more structure, I feel like nothing would fall apart. Instead, they give you these really long rows where there's tons of room for things to just like fall apart. Because the bottoms are usually really good. Like we never really see problems on the bottoms. Probably fit more boxes in a pallet. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know the answer to this, but I feel like that's the... Okay, guys, I did not say rum, first of all. Go off, chat? No, I fucking didn't, dude. Compliment? What am I complimenting, Minus? Oh my god, my stomach is growling like crazy. I am kind of hungry, though. You unfortunately did this time. Well, I'm Canadian, alright? Technically, you guys are being very rude to me. Sick of this nonsense. Compliment the rum while saying rum as much as possible. Do I have to use the word rum? I like my rum. It is very rummy and makes me feel cozy. It's a good rum. Okay, I don't talk like that though. You guys are just making shit up. Yeah, what Dot said. Get him, Dot. Making fun of my pronunciation of things. I'm Canadian. Nothing I can do. I was born this way. Those are the first few words I learned right out of the womb. All right? We rum you out. Thank you. I appreciate you, Shiki. Okay. Fuck off, guys. You guys are just being so mean to me right now. How is the MX Master 4 experience? I'll answer Pixel's question. All right? The MX Master 4 experience has been lovely. I feel like it's Logitech's first good product in a while for their MX series. I actually get some use out of this haptic button on the side. It's not just a little, I guess, fun feature that they advertise that you'll never use. It's not really just like a ploy. It's very usable. The buttons have been fantastic. The quality of the shell has been utterly fantastic versus the shells of their previous models. Do I game with it? No. I would never game with this. This is way too heavy to game with for me. But absolutely amazing mouse so far. I have no complaints. Zero. The horizontal scroll wheel feels good. It's not as like scroll wheely. I don't know. Like, it's not sensitive. It does take some like movement, but I actually prefer that. Well, okay. Yeah, I would not game with this because of the polling rate as well. But like for work, 125 hertz, keeping the battery life long makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you guys would agree with me there. There's no world in which I'd care for having this past 125 hertz. I don't think many people are gaming, so. Would I like, okay, maybe some valid criticism is, would I like them to offer different hertz, like polling rates for the mouse? Sure. I would never use them though. That's the problem. I forgot. You forgot right control? Oh yeah, I did. I saw the Novel Keys mouse proto. I have, okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you guys, but I'll just tell you guys. I actually tested that for Novel Keys for a little while. Genuinely very happy with that. The shape of the Novel Keys one reminds me a lot of just like the standard like endgame gear mouse shape. Even a little bit like low key of like the Sora. So when I did test it, because we had a few shapes to test, that was the shape that I told Mike that I liked the best, and lo and behold, that's the one that he went with. So it's a pretty standard fare mouse when it comes to like everything you need, which was like, when Mike told me like all the specs about it, I'm like, dude, this is great. This is fantastic. So I was pretty pumped to see that Novel Keys will be doing some mice that are going to be keycap set themed in a way. I think they're starting off with a few. And I would consider it more of a gaming mouse. The other option was more of like a hybrid ergo mouse. I'll be real with you guys. I think Mike liked that one there the most. I didn't really like that one there. I thought it felt very awkward in the hand. So it's going to be cool. Has he shown you guys photos of it? Would you recommend it versus the MX Master 3? In a heartbeat. This is a 1,000 times better mouse than the MX Master 3. My MX Master 3 is in a pile of like rubbish right now, bro. Oh shit, does this have like short shift and stuff too? It does, okay, thank goodness. Yeah, my MX Master 3 is sitting in a pile of basically trash, and then I actually gave away my vertical mouse to a friend. And yes, exactly what Avo said. Both those mice from Logitech, the rubber melted off, which I'm like disgusted because honestly it felt gross. Using those mice felt like plastic was seeping into my skin every single time I used it. So yeah, they're terrible. And what's crazy too is this happened to a bunch of my Logitech products. That soft touch material, I don't know who or where or how they even tested that with people, but I don't know how that made it off production, dude. It's the most like, and you can't even clean it. Like, it's just stuck there forever. And if you try to clean it with any material, like I've tried just distilled water, like nothing works. It just still ends up being kind of like absorbed into the soft touch plastic. I respect you for giving Logitech another chance after the abomination of a mouse. You know how I even okay, this was actually an accident of me even having this. I was actually doing photos for a company that said, can you take photos of the MX Master 4 in the product shots? I reluctantly said, okay. They reimbursed me for the mouse. And then we never ended up using the shots with the Logitech mouse in it because they had a different direction afterwards. So I actually didn't I didn't go out of the way to purchase this, if you guys want to know the truth. This was left here as a prop, basically. And honestly, it's been my most used thing ever. I don't know if you know you can get a Bauer Light with the Dynacat PCB. I can't find to get... do they have Dynacat PCBs in stock at the moment? I completely gave up on wireless mice after my last two gave up on me. I mean, I get that too. There are certain products I like wired. I don't do wireless keyboards. Alex just freeloading through life. Dude, hell yeah, if I could. Whew, in a heartbeat I would, bro. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would never freeload through life. Let me tell you why. I'd get bored hella quick. I like working. I'm a workaholic. I'd have... It's sad, too, because I feel like I'd have no purpose, which is really depressing to say. I don't know if I could find another purpose if I didn't have, like, a task to do every single day that keeps me going. I don't know. I think it's nice to think about in theory, but I think I would go crazy. Yeah, I'd have to volunteer or do something and still pull my weight somehow. Like, it wouldn't just be exactly freeloading, I guess. That's what I mean. Like, freeloading as in, like, I'm doing nothing. That's not self-serving. You know what I mean? Kids could, for sure. But again, I think that goes past the self-serving bit. Keyword is just completely freeloading, though. I would just want to not worry about money. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's I'm not sure about anyone in here, but it's always going to be a worry. I think it's one of those things where it's like, listen, I get days, guys, where I stress the fuck out about work stuff. About even just like, am I going to be able to afford XYZ this month? Or if I wanted to get this one thing for myself, how do I work that into like my month? You stress, it's a normal stress, I feel. The best thing that I've found over the years that helped me is patience in a lot of ways. I found that once I started practicing patience with things that I want to get and just worrying about like, okay, and I know this sounds boring, but trust me, it isn't. Once I started practicing patience with like the extras in life and really just took care of... Oh, wait, did I do the other prediction things? Yes, it was messed up, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I feel like I learned a lot just practicing patience. Extending the GB for schema for 5 days would be nice. I can talk to Mr. Bowl about it. One of the biggest life lessons I learned as a lazy person in my 20s is that no one will give you anything. Yes. You will never get to where you want to be in life by just waiting for it to happen. Yeah, I think, listen, man, I am very much in agreement with that. I think a lot of life for me, too, like, I had no drive to do anything important in my mid-20s, even early, especially early 20s. I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't understand, like... I was very bitter in a lot of ways too. But once I actually found like something to do and purpose, which was like, I actually did a lot of photography and I was really trying to really get like my photography going. That actually gave me a lot of like extra happiness in a lot of ways. Patience for things you want reminds you of what you really need. So many times I desperately wanted a thing after the purchase window is gone, and I find I stop thinking about it. You know what I do, Banana? I have this nasty I don't have it anymore. Had this nasty habit of buying something, right? Thought it'd give me the happiness I want, and I thought I'd use it forever. I'd buy it, it'd sit on a shelf, and I'd never use it. And then I would feel more regretful and more stressed out about the thing that I just purchased. So that's exactly what I mean though about practicing some patience for like the extra stuff. Obviously there's tons of situations people are in and just like different strokes of life, but you know, You're not alone. Not alone. Yeah, and I mean, purpose can be found in a bunch of different ways too, you know? So. Meanwhile, bro has like 75 keywords on display. I actually don't have 75 keywords on display. It's like 6. I don't have that many stands. For me, my strat was buying stuff that are treat myself things. I open up a tab on my browser for such things and leave it up for a week. Yes. But yeah, I mean, we're always going to be stressing about money, and very select few people will not. It's just kind of, I guess, practicing some like discipline for yourself and just appreciating what you have in a lot of ways too. What's the pegboard going to be? Oh, the pegboard thing? It's not going to be for keyboards. I think maybe I'd be able to put like 6 keyboards up on that enough. The mounting style that I'm going to use supports up to like 20 pounds per bracket. And I'd put 4 brackets, but I still don't think I'd put 80 pounds worth of keyboards on the wall. So I'm like I said, I'd put 6 keyboards. I'm going to do other stuff with the background. I don't trust myself to... I don't trust my luck to put up like more than 6 heavy keyboards. If I do, it's going to be like plastic ones. Would you if you guys could, I think this wall's like 5 foot by like 4 foot. Would you guys put tons of keyboards up there and risk them all falling down? I don't know. I'm too afraid. Yes? These are braver people than I. I already did that? Can you show me? I'm too afraid of that, man. You're a handsome fella. Thank you. I appreciate that, Valorant. Appreciate you. Got a shelf instead of the... Well, I don't know if I want to put a shelf up there. I don't know, man. I thought of so many different ideas for that back area, but I think the pegboard's the nicest, so I don't lose the depth of that little shelf thing. You know? Like, it's pretty deep. I don't know. All right, let's give this keyboard a little sound test, shall we? Here is the finished product. Nice blacked out Keycult. I have been appreciating this more. We have the back of the Keycult here. I think this is, again, all aluminum. I don't think this is any different material here. I actually really like this pattern on the back. It has a really cool feeling as well. Very pretty. In case you guys want to see the pattern. Very cool. We're using an updated Novel Keys PCB for this, though. So the one with Youngcar, or the one that Youngcar did for the Keycult series. And then just a set of GMK Wob. And holy pandas, believe it or not. Excited to see. Let me plug this in and type a bit. I have not used Holy Pandas in so long. It's making me happy that we get to use it today. So. Okay, the only thing I'm going to suggest to the client here is I want to put a heavier spring in this spacebar. There is a little bit of like lag as this comes up. I'm not loving the feeling of that with the spacebar on it, but it sounds great. Top 5 Unk builds. This guy. Oh. What's going on here? Is there a screw loose or what? What's going on with this particular one here? Oh. Is it the stab? Oh, the stab needs some more lube on that. Maybe all the lube settled. That's weird. Yeah, the lube needs some... Oh, wow, what the hell? The lube settled on that. Yeah, let's tune the stabs up a little bit on some of these areas, but I mean, it's classic, man. I can't get upset at the Holy Panda experience here. Thank you, Banana. Appreciate the 5 tier 1s, man. I'm going to put that towards the get the stream room. a little console here to store some more stuff and replace some of the falling apart IKEA stuff. Where did I put my GS3? Rare miss? Well, we actually didn't lube these stabs, Zahid. So, to be fair, these were stock, and I just kind of left them stock, and I told myself I'd tune them afterwards. Well, these were not stock. These were already lubed by the client or someone who built this prior, I guess. To be fair. But no one's fault. Also did wipe away a lot of lube, too. Look at that. Much better. I need to tune the spacebar ones, too. That's why I never doubted you. Thank you, Z. I appreciate you. Heat wave's killing me? Oh, I think we're getting 1 day of that pure banana. Not to... like, I'm sure, dude, Europe right now has been going through it. I feel so bad for everyone dealing with the heat right now. Is India going through it right now, too? Or was that, like, a little while ago? But yeah, we're going on Wednesday. I think we're getting 30... I think they said it's going to feel like 35 Celsius. I'll tell you right now, I'm not looking forward to that. All right. Look, we tuned up the space bar and we tuned up the backspace. Very nice. What a good sound profile this is. Damn. Give it a name? Oh man, I don't even know. I've never named the keyboard before. Someone said I'm wearing a hoodie. Yeah, my basement's really cold, dude. I don't know if... I think... I don't know what the hell, why it's freezing cold down here all the time, but... We actually have our thermostat set to 24 Celsius. Only because I don't want to... Be real with you guys, like I just really don't feel like having the AC run all day to maintain anything cooler than that, because that's like a lot of money and energy. Plus it's like, it's good because we're not really, we can deal with the extra few degrees. I think normally I'd want to set up to like 22 and a half, but seeing you freezing hurts my feelings. Well, I'm just chilly down here. The moment I step upstairs though, Banana, I'm literally not even wearing a sweater. I'm just gonna put back on my t-shirt and do my thing. I was thinking of getting some fans for the vents on the upper levels. Oh, like the booster fans? Yeah. We should probably try those too. If the world was a refrigerator, Canada would be the freezer section. We have weird temperatures here. Although I am very sensitive to a lot of heat though. I think like even today it's like 25 Celsius outside and I'm complaining about it because I think that's too hot. Can we try a black or milky in the space bar? Mixed in with the Holy Pandas? Do we not like this Holy Panda space bar? I think this is kind of iconic. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Damn. I actually don't think I have anything right now that's ready to go. I have one with a broken pin, but I don't know if that'll go in nicely. If we had a brass plate, this would be sick, dude. Oh, is it for a purchase decision, Crispy? Here. Maybe we'll just try the one with the bent pin. Fuck it. How bad is this pin? Okay, I can straighten it. Oh wait, this is a TTC. Do I not have an MX? Do you want to hear that, Crispy? We'll just put a TTC XPT in it. Okay. Alright, here's how a linear spacebar sounds. It doesn't really suit the Holy Pandas. It sounds good on its own, though. Hamo, thank you so much for the 10 gifted, bro. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. That is very, very kind. Yeah, I like the Panda better. Thank you, dude. Alrighty, guys. I think that's pretty much it today. I actually have a few things I need to go do after the stream today, so unfortunately I can't do anything extra. However, to give you guys a little bit of an update for the rest of the week, though, because we have a lot to do this week, we have the tofu redo tomorrow. We're doing the agar micro on Wednesday. We're doing the wing potentially on July 3rd. And then we're doing one of those new Novel Keys Game Boy keyboards this week. Well, Novel Keys will be carrying it, not Novel Keys making it. It's the new ones. I think NK is one of the vendors. They sent me over one. And I'll be doing my Game Boy mod this week as well. So I'll be doing that. I don't know if it's going to be a dedicated stream. Yeah, the 40%, I think. But I think one of the days, or maybe we'll just do it on Sunday as well, I'll be doing a Game Boy Advance mod. I have no idea how difficult or how long that will take, but I will do it with you guys on stream since you guys requested me doing that. And I think on Thursday or Tuesday, expect another schema build. I just don't know what I want to build it with. I was thinking with tactiles. So expect one more schema build this week here. And then after this schema build, the raw unit will be going to some other content creators before the meetup on July 11th. So we shall see. I don't think I'm doing one of those red. I thought I might have been, but I guess I don't think so. Nixie's on the schema. I feel like we've been doing a lot of linears on it, so maybe we do a tactile build. I was thinking. I think I got a laminated screen. I'm not sure. I have to go through all my part list. But I'm excited to do that modification for the Game Boy Advance. I feel like that's something I'm very interested in. Alright though, guys. Let's find someone to raid. Okay, bro's already not wanting to use this. Okay, you know what, dude? It's not about using or not wanting to use the linears, the Nixies. Okay? This freaking guy, dude. Oh, it's getting on my nerves. Did you say Simon was streaming? Let's go raid Mr. Simon. What is he doing? Is he barbecuing? I'm kind of jealous. Okay, I'll go raid Mr. Simon. He didn't invite us. He's making bread on the barbecue? Okay. Well, you guys enjoy Simon's stream. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. And see you guys, I guess, yeah, tomorrow's Monday, right? See you guys tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, actually, I might have to stream at 9 p.m., just as a heads up. So that's the only other thing. I will tell you guys why tomorrow at 9. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not 7. Well, hopefully it's 9 p.m. and not just canceled, but we'll see. See you guys, and bye-bye. Good night, everybody.